What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. It is the 4th of July. Yay! Happy 4th of July, ladies and gentlemen. I'm chilling, vibing. I still got on my pajama pants, so I don't have on my robes. I don't bring my robes on the road with me. They are too big, they are too heavy, they are too warm, but I still got on pajama pants. Yay! But I have been in the shower. I have. Rita's just jumped out the shower right now. She tried to attack me in the shower, and I successfully defended myself. So, uh, why is what a thing?
Why are you defending yourself?
Because I don't like being attacked while I'm in the shower.
Why would you get attacked without trying to take a shower with you?
I felt like it was an attack
Why?
because you. I don't want to. This is not the late night live stream. We got to be careful, right? So, let me get some housekeeping out of the way. First and foremost, I appreciate you. Thank you to Teach Henley. I didn't even run a Teach Henley commercial today. I said I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna have a conversation. I'm gonna chill. So, shout out to my bag chasers. I just dropped on the Patreon, literally a Patreon update from when I landed yesterday. I did a video and I showed people the actual building that we are looking to get into. Had a conversation with the real estate agent this morning, and we scheduling taking care of business this week. So I'm literally in Tampa on business. I'm gonna be vlogging down here. I'm going to be giving a lot of updates to my Patreon members and my bag chasers as to what's going on here in Tampa with the building that we're acquiring. So this video right here, this one right here, is literally up on the Patreon this morning. So after we get off the Millionaire Morning Show live stream, make sure my bag chasers go and tap into this to see exactly the building that we're gonna be building a business inside of. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. So if you're not a part of the Patreon, the link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Make sure you tap in. And then we're gonna get you set up and we're gonna get you updated on what's going on because everything is structured, right? In addition to that, make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel, hit a like for YouTube algorithm, and again, celebrate your 4th of July. In between now and the Q&A show tonight, go out, have a good time, spend some time with family, friends, your kids, whatever. Be around the people that actually hold you down and have a good time. So, yeah. So make sure that y'all support your friends and your family and your businesses. And then more importantly, make sure you join the Patreon. If you need to kick it with me personally, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com and we're going to get you set up for a personal call. Had a personal call this morning. I got a few more this afternoon. And then we're going to be out and about and we're going to get it in. All right. So shout out again to my bag chasers. Make sure you join the Patreon and then hit a like for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to the channel. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the show because in the interest of doing things a little bit differently today, I'm not going to have a normal show. I'm not going to have a normal show. It's going to be relatively normal, but it's not going to go in the way that we usually go, right? Shout out to Marcus Hills. He said, "Good morning, family. Happy 4th. Be safe and have fun." So this is what we're going to do today. Shout out to my dog, Marcus. This is what we're going to do, family. Usually what I would do on the Millionaire Morning Show on days that it's not a holiday or a special day, right? I would usually break down some finances and things like that. And I would give you some tips on how it is that you can leverage what's going on in the economy today in order to make sure that you level up, right? We're going to do it a little bit differently today. And then I would usually do a millennial money video or a review of a video where they're talking about finances so that we can break down their budget and then use what it is that they do from their lifestyle and adopt it into our own. We use real examples in order to teach lessons, okay? What we're going to do today is we're going to break down exactly what's going on real life. Real life, not my bag chasers, but what's going on with people. And there's a movement, right? There's a movement going on when it comes to homelessness. Homelessness is one of the biggest things that's happening across the internet. Real life. Homelessness is a thing that's happening. It's real. It's playing out in a lot of people's lives. And I told y'all last week, and I had a conversation with y'all about the face of homelessness. And I told y'all, and I'm going to tell you again shortly, And then I'm gonna break down a video. We're going to do a video and we're gonna review it, but we're gonna use that as the jump off point for what we're gonna have these conversations off of. The face of homelessness is much different than you guys think it is. It's not just some derelict when you come up off the off ramp on the freeway that's holding a sign said, "Oh, feed me for food." That's not the majority of homeless people. The majority of homeless people are people that may have regular jobs, but they were one paycheck away from losing everything. It was somebody that was making $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a year. I just dropped a video on my channel I think yesterday about that. Yesterday morning, I sure did. There is a lot of different types of homeless people. And then it's just some people that's saying, yo, I can't even afford to live in a city where I got a good job at. And so they make adjustments. And what I see happening now, more often than not, is people are trying to and choosing to live in their cars. But let me share my screen really quickly so I can show y'all exactly what's happening. I'm going to show y'all this article, and then we're going to leap right into the video, and I'm going to break down exactly what's happening and how people are starting to think when it comes to living the American dream. The American dream has changed. It's no longer getting a mortgage and getting a crib and then moving that way. The American dream is completely different. So I'm going to show you that if you are not a person that is proactive and considering that the middle class is being hollowed out, I'm going to show you what the American dream has turned into and what you can look forward to if you are not a part of the bag chasers. Yes, what you can look forward to if you are not a part of the bag chasers. And maybe it ain't even you, but maybe what's going to catch up to your family and your kids. Maybe this. All right. So shout out to the Service USA says, happy birthday, USA, and happy Independence Day to all of your family. Shout out to all of my bag chasers. I see you, Service USA. You've been down for a long time. Thank you, my friend. So let me share this article with you really quickly, okay? San Francisco, which is largely a hotbed, and I will say that San Francisco has been at the forefront for a very, very, very long time of what's been wrong with the country. But let's deep dive into it, right? San Francisco is so expensive that you need a net worth of $1.7 million to be financially comfortable. I remember a time where to be a millionaire was like a big deal. Like you could live the rest of your life and you was like set forever if you was a millionaire. Now to be a millionaire is an expectation for you to be able to live comfortable. Think about that. When I was growing up, I'm 40. I turned 40 this year, right? Born in 1982, largely considered a geriatric millennial. When I was coming up, yo, to get a job making $29, $30 an hour at Ford, Chrysler, or GM was a thing. And that was early, right? That was before they even started doing 401ks. That was just getting a pension. You work your 30 and you retire. Like you can drive a car to get A-plan papers without having to ask a friend or a family member, yo, can I get A-plan? They don't even call it A-plan papers no more. You know what they call it? They call it the family and friends plan or some crap like that. X-plan and all of that other kind of crap. We called it A-plan papers back in our day. Hey, you got A-plan paper? You know somebody got A-plan papers? That way you can go and get your car. You're going to get that discount and all of that. Now, things have changed so much to where you can't find a car. You have to order your car online and hope you get it a year from now and hope that the dealership don't upcharge you because most dealerships ain't even taking A-plan papers no more. American dream is dead, bro. Straight up. American dream is dead. So look at this tagline and let's go through the article really quickly, okay? Let's go through it really quickly. San Francisco has become so expensive that you need a net worth to live in an American city of $1.7 million to be financially comfortable. This is the place where they break in stores. You can walk into a CVS and carry everything out in the garbage bag and they're not going to stop you or arrest you. This is what it's come to. Let's break it down. To be considered by Bay Area, well, let's break it down like this. Residents of San Francisco need to have a net worth of 1.7 million to be financially comfortable, according to a survey of 750 locals by Charles Schwab Modern Wealth Survey 2022, which is obviously a reputable place, right? Puts a tech hub at the top of the list for American cities with the highest wealth threshold. Runners up include New York, which requires 1.4 million, Southern California with 1.3 million, Washington, D.C. at 1.1 million. Let's continue. But to be considered wealthy, that's what we look for. We are part of the bag chasers. I got to get that bag chasers drop. Let me get that bag chasers drop. In the Bay Area, it's even a greater jump. Residents estimated to be required to have an average net worth of $5.1 million. Now, let's put that in perspective. 1.7 to be comfortable, 5.1 to be considered wealthy. It's not enough to just be a millionaire anymore. To be wealthy, right? You know how they say, hey, you rich? You're not rich if you got $1 million no more. If you have a net worth of $1 million, you're not rich. Let me say that one more time. If you have a net worth of $1 million, you are not rich, because you probably cannot sustain and live off of that for the rest of your life. That's my definition of being rich. Can you live the rest of your life on what it is that you do without ever having to work again and maintain your lifestyle off of what your net worth is? Because most people's net worth is tied up into their home. Let me tell you what most people's net worth is considered, right? And shout out to Jordan Smith. Jordan Smith said, my city, Jacksonville, Florida, just approved a $36 million homeless prevention complex, meaning it's about to get bad out here. Prayers for single moms that are about to be affected. That's crazy. I'm going to have to research that. I might have to do a whole video on that alone. Think about this, y'all. Think about this. To get $1 million back in the day was like incredible. Now, if you get $1 million today, chances are it's partially 401k, maybe Roth IRA, maybe you got a business or a couple cars that you can sell, and then the rest of it is tied up into your home. And then most people are waiting to get to the point to where they can sell their home and move into a place that's more affordable in order for them to be able to live the rest of their days out. And that includes Social Security. This is real life. Let's continue real quickly. That's compared to the estimated national average of 2.2 million polled, according to a poll sampled by 1,000 American adults to represent the country. National threshold for financial comfort still hasn't recovered from a pandemic drop. Average net worth that's required to be financially comfortable was as high as 1.4 million in 2018, fell to 624,000 in 2021, before creeping back up to $774,000. Cost of living continues to rise across the country. Last month, inflation rates hit a 40-year high of 8.6%, rising prices as shelter, gas, food collided. The median rent in San Francisco for a one-bedroom apartment, one-bedroom apartment, similar to this whole hotel room that I got in here right now. We got a full kitchen. We got a refrigerator. We got a microwave. We got a bed. We got TVs, desks, couches, everything, bathroom, all of that. This right here is now $3,000 according to real estate website Zumper. New York City, $3,600 a month. This is real life. This is real life out here. And then right after that, I got an article that said 37-year-old with $108,000 in student debt. Because let's be clear, inflation affects you all the way across the board, ladies and gentlemen. 37-year-old with $108,000 in student debt who lives in a school bus. He had to convert a school bus. Listen, the American dream is no longer to get a home or to take over your mother's family home or any of that. You know what you got to compete with? Institutional investors. You know what else you got to compete with? Inflation, because inflation is all the way across the board. Because you can't even afford to maintain those homes. Let's be clear. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of a lesson, a little bit of a financial lesson, okay? When we're talking about money, it's the language of money, okay? So before I get into this video, let's break it down, right? Even if you own a home, most people are house poor. Even if you own a home, most people are house poor. When you factor in that house note, which you pay an astronomical interest rate, and then you consider the maintenance costs, some people are sleeping in sweltering heat because they can't afford to turn on the air to heat the home or cool the home / heat the home, utilities, all right? And then they're raising, bro, do you know what the property taxes are like in Chicago? You have to maintain that home. You cannot ever fully own the home because if you ever don't pay your property taxes, they're coming to get it for the rest of your life. You will be paying to live in that home. Property taxes is astronomical. Even in places where they say, okay, well, I'm going to move to a state that don't have state income tax. Well, how do you think they make up for that revenue? How do you think they make up for that revenue? I talked to a rapper, a relatively famous rapper's manager. Remember that, Rita? I was coaching a rapper's manager that stayed in Chicago.
Yeah.
And he said, Anton, bro, I need help. I said, what you need, bro? And this was a while back. This was before the Millionaire Morning Show and After Hours and all of that, right? He said, Anton, I need your help, bro. And I said, what's happening, bro? He says, I'm a little over 2 years behind on my property taxes. I'm gonna lose my house, bro. I said, okay, cool, no problem. How much is your property taxes? Boy, he told me what he owed on his property tax. I said, I said, you're more than 2 years behind. What they doing in Chicago? Why is their property taxes so high? Why is Chicago's property taxes so high? Property taxes in Chicago is out of control. He said he was tens of thousands of dollars. I'm not going to say the exact number. He was tens of thousands of dollars in property taxes behind in Chicago. I said, family, what the f is going on? I said, I'm not sure you can afford to be there. Aaron said the average rent in Boston is $3,600 a month for an 800 square foot apartment. It's wild out here. Service USA, don't be a ninja. Get these likes up. Get these likes up. So, but okay. So check this out. Try Verizon. He's saying I'm in Alabama. Property taxes is $700. Think about this though, Alabama. Y'all have to continue to leave the places that you raised your families, right? You got to leave the places that have the best weather. You got to leave the Floridas. You got to leave New Yorks. You got the financial hubs and district where you got to have all of your networking. You got to leave California. Vegas is starting to get out of control. Arizona, climate change got it 130 degrees out there in the summertime. Boise, Idaho is out of control. Salt Lake City, don't move there. Atlanta, you can't afford it. Tennessee, Nashville, forget about it. You might be able to go to Memphis. They're running you out of the places that you were raised in order for you to even be able to survive. Now you have to move to places that you never considered before just to be able to survive. Think about that. Look, 37-year-old with 108,000. Listen, you getting killed all the way across the board. Because let me tell you how inflation works. It's not just your food prices. It's not. It's not just the gas prices. It's not just your rent. It's not just what it costs you to open up a business because you can't afford to buy an employee unless they're making $20 an hour to stir coffee. You know what it is also? Is this right here. It costs you more to get an education, so you can't afford to fuck up because that money is going to follow you for the rest of your life. See, listen, it costs more to buy the buildings. It costs more to renovate them. It costs more money to house the students. It costs more money to have those teachers and professors because now you got to compete to get the best professors and everybody, right? It costs you more across the board to do everything. To get a piece of furniture, it costs you a grip. To take your kids school shopping, it costs you a ton. To travel, I know that the biggest travel holidays is Thanksgiving, Christmas. Now y'all gonna be doing Thanksgiving and Christmas over Zoom. You know why? Because when I was going through the airport and I landed here and all of that other type of stuff, looked like people was cutting back. They saving for the most important. Bro, to go to Disney World for a family of 3, to get into Hollywood Studios, I just went there. Thank God I'm in a space where I don't have to worry about money. It cost us like $430 just for us to get in the park. That ain't got nothing to do with food. That ain't got nothing to do with extra adventures. That ain't skipping a line passes. That ain't staying at the hotel. That ain't even flying in. Bro, for you to take your family to Disney World for a couple days, don't get the park hopper option. It's going to cost you $5,000 at least. You won't have to work all year to take your family to Disney World. At least. Hotel, that's going to hit you for a band. Rental car, yup. Feed them, Rita shopping, forget about it. Forget about it. Let's deep dive into that. Forget about it. I said, Rita, I don't like them shorts. She said, don't worry, I'm gonna go to the store and get you some more. Forget about it. Let's deep look. This is what the American dream is. This is what you can look forward to, ladies and gentlemen. This man is almost 40. And he living like he just got out of jail. This man is almost 40, 37 years old, and he had to build a school bus for him and his fiance. Y'all can forget that high value man. Forget it. High value man, that went away. That's gone. You can forget about it. I told people last year, I said, yo, for you to really be considered a high value man, you're going to have to be at least 300,000. They said, Anton, you full of crap. Now look at us. Now we revisiting the conversation, and no longer is high value. And again, this other criteria is networking, your job, prestigiousness. No longer is it high value man is 100,000 because you can't even breathe on 100,000. There's women getting evicted making $100,000 right now. You can't breathe on $100,000. Now look. Women, get you a man that got a school bus. It used to be a short yellow bus. Now it's a blue bus, though. You're going to be living in a school bus with your fiance. Look, Nick Crocker found a solution to spiking rent costs. Moved into a school bus. His $108,000 in student debt balance is continuing to hold him back. Started his education at the School of Public Environmental Affairs at Indiana University. Did not anticipate the economic recession when he was graduating in 2008. He graduated back in 2008 when Leslie was born. Leslie is 14 years old now. He was unable to land a job using his bachelor's degree. I bet you it was a basket weaving degree. And right out of college, he moved to Pennsylvania and began working 2 jobs, one at Jimmy John's and one at the Olive Garden. Went to school, graduated, and then made sure that he became a manager at Jimmy John's and Olive Garden. Shout out to the hard worker people. During that time, and he was able to keep up with his $540 monthly student debt payment when it doubled to basically $1,000, $1,100 a month. Once his graduation prepayment plan ended, the only option available to Crocker that would decrease his monthly payment was to extend the time it would take to pay off the balance. He said he was tired of throwing away half of his income on rent, not being able to save a dime in the process, so he decided to build out a school bus. So he made it beautiful. Look at this, boy. Now he can go and live anywhere he wants to. Aaron says 100,000 qualifies for affordable housing in Boston. Ain't that crazy, y'all? So now he decked out a school bus. Don't get in an accident. Now your house is in jeopardy. Don't get in an accident because now your house is messed up. Don't let nobody crash into the back of you because then your bed, you ain't going to be able to sleep in your bed at night. That's the American dream. That's the American dream. Yeah, it looks nice, but you want to live in that? Is that your home? Don't park in the wrong neighborhood. The homies is coming in to take your clothes. I'm just saying, make sure you got your Park Mobile app out. No Wi-Fi. Make sure you get a hotspot to take with you. This is the new American dream, bro. The new American dream is to make sure that you park in a safe neighborhood and that they don't call the cops on you. And then you got to make sure that your and here's the key. And you got to make sure that diesel prices is low because it's going to cost them gas money in order to be able to drive to where his next location is. Make sure gas prices is low when you fill up, homie. He got to park at his mama house and make sure the homies don't look to see that his car ain't cut on. That's the American dream. School buses. Y'all going to be living in your cars. Beautiful Disaster says, well, I'm going to find me a cabin in the woods and go off the grid. Nice knowing y'all. This is life. Persevere TV. I couldn't imagine being on the news for crashing my house into another car. Listen, I hate to laugh, but y'all should be a part of the Bag Chasers. Y'all should be a part of the Bag Chasers. Link to the Patreon is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Time is running out. Time is running out. You're going to have to make a decision. Either you're going to be rich or you're going to be poor. Which one is it? You got to make a decision. Either you're going to be rich or you're going to be poor. Which path you going to choose? Because there is going to be no more middle class. It's going to be a bunch of school buses driving down the street with no kids in them. That's their house. A bunch of school buses driving down the street and it ain't going to be no kids in them. Those are people's homes. Yeah, as soon as you go to the club, listen, you want to go back to my place? Cool. Hit the cut the lights on. You ain't even got to take her back to the room. You can take her back to your place. Ain't even got to worry following you home. You can drive where you want to. Drive where you want to. Service USA says, I got kicked out of an apartment once because I was making too much money. And now we're here. Now we're here. Go right to the club, straight home. Go to sleep. Make sure you get your water plug up because, you know, when you built out these places, you got to have a good water place too. You know that, right? Somebody said, what if somebody break into your house car? Listen, if they break into your house car, here's the beautiful part about it. If they break into your house car, Rita, then that means that they can't just take your stuff. They can take your house. They can take your house if they break into your house car. This is how y'all want to live? Do y'all know that one of the most searched, the searched type of videos on the internet today on YouTube is how to go back to van life, how to build out a house and a car because people can't afford to live in their houses no more? Don't worry about it. I'm going to share it with you. When I said we was going to do a different 4th of July because America is changing, the world is changing, I'm going to do a different type of review video today. All right? So let's go into it. I'm going to show you a video of how people are truly living in this world. Let me put my Rolex down before they start getting jealous. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't no bag chaser. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. You ain't got to be poor. You can rock with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in. And here's the key. More importantly, we help everybody. All of the people that's in the Bag Chasers is looking to make sure that everybody in the Bag Chasers is winning. Because we all we got. I'm going to be honest with you. We're all we got. And there's never a better time to join than in the beginning of the month. The beginning of the month is the best time for you to join because then you can get the most out of your $15 that you pay to unlock every single video. My dog Aaron says you got to afford that school bus first. Got to go to the junkyard and get it. Got to make sure that the engine is working. Don't let somebody get pissed at you and then they stab your tires and then you ain't going nowhere. And if your house car get towed, then you got to make sure you come up with the money to get your house car out. Jordan Smith says, interesting fact, folks. If y'all want to build and be safe on a budget, ambulance vehicles are bulletproof and military vehicles are cheap online. Oh, this is crazy. They're going to be living in armored vehicles like they part of the bank. Listen, you might as well get you a job. Get you a job, do the armored vehicle, and then go to sleep.
No, you can't live in those.
Why not?
You can't live in a world with
That's what we coming to. That's what this world is coming to. That's what the world is coming to. All right, so listen. I'm going to share with you guys, and we're going to react to the new American dream. The new American dream. Listen, I'm telling you. Pay a little $15, get in with the bag chasers, and then let's run these numbers up because there's no reason why you should not jump and take advantage of this immediately. I'm literally showing you how to build a business. I literally fly out to every single city to meet up with y'all all across the country almost every single month, except for the month that I had my anniversary. I'm pouring into you and I'm giving you every piece of game that you can ever think of in your entire life. That's up to you, though, if you actually want to do the thing that's in your best interest. Shout out to Aaron. He says, I lived in a car for 2 years, and that's not a fun life. Oh, no, Aaron. I want to show them what the American dream is. But see, here's the beautiful part about it. I want to show them an American dream so that they can inform themselves on what they can look forward to and how they can get the most out of it. We're going to react to a different type of video today. Do you know that this video had over 3 million views, Rita? And is less than 3 months old? This video is videos that people are searching for because they know that their life is messed up. I'm going to share the video with y'all. Let's get into it.
So I'm going to teach you how to stealth camp in any city, in any vehicle. I avoided the unreasonable cost of housing in San Francisco by sleeping in a converted Nissan NV200. I'm going to teach you things like how to find parking spots where no one will bother you, how to apply for a job without an address, and how you can not only save money by not paying rent, you can even find a better paying job by living in your car.
God, if you've never heard me before, Lord, bless me to never need the information from this vehicle in order to implement it in my life. I know that this man is being helpful. I know that this video got a lot of views. I know that we're reviewing it so that we can show people what the new American dream is. But Lord, please never, ever, ever let me get to the point to where I have to live in my vehicle and try to convert it, try to find parking, try to make sure that ain't nobody peeping in on me. Please, please don't ever let this be a prayer of mine to me, to Lord, let me find safe parking tonight. I don't want to have to find safe parking tonight so that I can sleep in my house. Come on. This is what the American dream is. Let's go. Let's get it.
By the end of this video, you will have an understanding of what this lifestyle can look like for you. So let's get started. Van life has gotten so much attention over the years for its unique lifestyle of constant travel and life on the road. But I adopted van life not for this nomadic lifestyle, but as a way to live in cities that would not have been accessible with traditional housing.
He's doing it to live in cities that would not have been accessible to be able to. So he can't afford to actually live in these cities. So he did it as an alternative to be able to do what he needs to do in the cities that he needs to be in. This is what he's saying. I'm going to be the C student translator because clearly he's smarter than me.
I would stay in cities for as long as I like without the pressure of being priced out, and I can move to different cities anytime I want. Moving anywhere that's accessible by car no longer requires looking for housing, signing a lease, packing all my belongings, or dealing with housemates. I just pick a city and start driving.
Yeah, does this sound funny, y'all? No, he's not doing it as an experiment. I'm going to share his channel. I'm going to put his channel in the chat. And he talks about, yo, listen, I live van life, but I actually still need a home. I'm going to share his channel because I think that it's a dope channel. I think that is valuable. He does really good work. But let's be clear. This is not an experiment. This is him doing it because this is what he do. Let's continue.
With the stealth camping setup, you can do that too. You can stealth camp in any vehicle. It doesn't have to be a van. A sedan is possible, but more challenging, while an SUV will be more comfortable.
Look, you see how y'all gotta live? You see, hey, he put them boxes that you gotta, you know how you pack your stuff and you throw them in the garage, you put your winter stuff in the box and you throw it in the basement or something like that, Rita? Yeah, them bins. He got a bin. And then he put a piece of cardboard on there, and then he got him a little I don't want y'all laughing at these city girls that's sleeping on air mattresses. This is literally what he's doing. It's an air mattress inside of a what is this, a Honda Pilot? Jesus. You van rent out your driveway. There's an app for that so people can park their van or whatever. You can rent out your driveway to people living in their vans? Tam, say it ain't so. Jesus Christ. No, we not renting out our driveway.
There are many examples of clever camper setups in small vehicles, so there's a lot of room for creativity. As long as you can figure out a way to create a comfortable bed in your car and feel safe sleeping in it at night, you have a car worthy of stealth camping in.
Jesus Christ.
Here are some tips on how to make any vehicle more stealthy.
This is not good.
The first one is window tint. On my van here, I have 35% tint on these front side windows and 85% on my windshield.
Hey, remember when you used to get pulled over? Got 5% tint, so you can't see up in my window. They don't know nothing about that song. Slim, I think it was Slim Thug, Mike Jones. I'm tipping. The Southern Houston song, sipping on fofos. Oh my God, Rita got a shower cap over her face,
so that I don't get makeup.
So that she don't get makeup on her shirt that she put over her clothes.
If I was stealth camping in a passenger vehicle like the CRV, I would completely black out the back windows with 5% limo tint and 20 to 35% tint on the front windows. I would also black out the rear windshield too with 5% tint and either 70 to 80% for the front windshields.
I can't do it.
My next tip is to add dark color curtains behind your driver and front passenger seat.
Look at this. I can't live like this. God did not intend for his people to live like this. I'm not living like this. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Listen, we all got limits. This is it. I'm not peeking through my windows. I'm not doing it, bro.
The combination of blackout tint and curtains will create complete privacy in the back space of your vehicle. My last tip is to add wind deflectors to your windows. You want to keep your windows cracked open while you're sleeping for fresh air and to reduce condensation building up on the inside of your windshield.
I did not know that the wind deflectors is so that you can roll down your windows, but it don't actually have it to where people can put stuff in your car. You know them things that they put over the windows, like the wind deflectors? Don't worry about it.
These deflectors are great because they allow you to keep your windows open even when it's raining.
No, it's not to block the sun. It's so that like when it rains, you can still roll your windows down and stuff and still breathe. Jesus, I can't live like this, bro.
And most importantly, they hide the fact that your windows are cracked open. Once you have a car that you feel ready to stealth camp in, try it out for one night in the city or on a weekend camping trip and see how it feels. From there, you can get a sense of what's lacking and figure out what you can do to improve it.
Yeah, go ahead and sleep in your car for a night and see what happened. Get them little thugs that ran down the alley at one time. They're going to be removing your tires while you in the car. Come in the inner city Detroit talking about let's test it out. Let's see what happened. And you better not be in a Charger or Challenger. You losing them tires immediately. Jordan Smith said, interesting fact, Amazon has home camping tents with up to 8 bedrooms. You got to hit a home camping tent. I heard people just living out of container things and all of that. This is getting bad. This is bad out here in these streets.
The best way to find a long-term parking spot is to first scout for locations using Google Maps. There's really no limit to where you can find parking in a city. It could be in a commercial zone, residential, or anything in between. The goal is to find a spot where people pay little attention to your vehicle or just don't care if you're sleeping in your car.
Did you hear what he said? The goal is to find a spot where people pay little attention to your vehicle or don't care if you're sleeping in your car. Man, I'm not fucking living like this.
Here's a couple tips you can follow. Park on streets where other cars are parked at night. Busy neighborhoods or streets near apartment complexes are great because they're usually packed with cars and people living nearby don't mind seeing an unfamiliar vehicle. It's possible to park in quiet neighborhoods, but you want to avoid parking directly in front of a house. Instead, park next to an open area or non-residential structure like churches or public buildings.
Now, what if that man that was just riding by on his bike lost control of his bike and then he hit the back of your house? What if that man that was just riding that bike, or somebody made a mistake and tried to dodge a squirrel and then they tear off half of your bedroom? What happens then? You gotta try to find a parking spot where people don't mind you, and then somebody don't get drunk at night and decide that they don't want to take a piss on your left tire, on your rear passenger tire. If there was a thief, this information would be golden. Same thing when they said about them school shooters. Them kids, they in there learning the same thing that the kids that's trying to protect themselves is learning. They learning everything that y'all learning so that they can thwart exactly what you're doing. Shout out to Homie Talk with G11. This is silly.
Parking lots can be a great option too. For example, some train and bus stations have large parking lots with free overnight parking with no limits. In California, there's usually parking lots near the beach, so look for the ones with free overnight parking.
This y'all life?
When I was living in San Francisco in my van, I eventually found the perfect parking spot. Every morning, I would get up, get dressed, exit through the driver's side door, then walk 2 minutes to the gym where I worked out and showered. From the gym, I would walk back to my van, change my clothes, then walk 5 minutes to the train station to commute to work.
No iron. Let's break that down. He would climb back up through the front seat, get up out the front, because you can't get out the back, because then they're going to know, hey, listen, let's go ahead and take his whole house. You got to get up out the front seat. Let's put this in perspective. Get up out the front. You don't get a gym membership just to work out. You getting a gym membership so your ass ain't stinking. You know, it's people that got gym memberships so they can take a shower every day. Seriously, this is a problem. This is the new American dream. This is a life hack for people to be able to survive. And if you really balling, you can get a whole bus and convert that. Y'all hearing what I'm saying? The American dream ain't even to own a home no more. It's how can I save money enough to survive, because the student loan is kicking my ass. Gas prices kicking my ass. I can't feed myself, so I'm going to do intermittent fasting, not because I'm trying to lose weight, but because I don't want to spend any extra money on food.
I never had to move my van unless there was street sweeping, which meant that I was saving on gas and keeping my car maintenance costs down. I slept in the same spot every night in the middle of a neighborhood without any issues. The only way I could have found a better spot was if I parked within walking distance from my workplace in downtown. But I avoided that because car break-ins were unfortunately very common in downtown San Francisco. So I chose to park further away and take public transit. The ideal parking spot is where you can safely park your car every night and have everything within walking distance or a short commute away.
Think about it, y'all. The safe parking spot, the whole time while you at work, you got to worry about whether or not somebody towing, hitting, or breaking into your house. Towing, hitting, or breaking into your house. You can come home from work and don't know where you're going to sleep at night because your house is gone. This is insane. This is literally insane. Whew. And listen to the pleasant music that they're trying to make for it.
Your eating habits will undoubtedly change once you start city camping. What food you have access to, what time, and how much you'll eat will all fluctuate in the beginning when you try different things. And food costs will likely become your...
Wait. Is this man eating out of a bag? Hold on. Let me back up.
Food you have access to, what time, and how much you'll eat will all fluctuate.
Kale slaw out the bag? Shout out to Aaron. He said, that was me back in the day. I went to gyms with 1 month free trials. Shout out to Aaron. Now he's a bag chaser. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Now Aaron is a bag chaser with good internet too. And super chatting, supporting the platform. Yo, he eating in front of his closet. He's eating in front of his closet. His clothes are going to smell like kale. Corn and kale. Kale and corn clothes.
In the beginning when you try different things. And food costs will likely become your biggest expense. Not having access to a kitchen while living in an expensive city will make it challenging to keep food costs down. When I was living in San Francisco, I was eating out for all my meals, and I was spending between $800 to $1,000 every month on just food.
So now, because you ain't got a kitchen and you don't have a refrigerator and you ain't got a freezer, now you got to replace food with rent. Think about that. Listen, it's going to be a trade-off either way. You don't have a freezer. You don't have a refrigerator. You can't go to Sam's Club or Costco. Go ahead and throw that membership away. You don't need that membership no more. Forget Sam's Club and Costco and all of the big box stores. You don't have to worry about fighting for toilet paper and none of that. All you're going to do is you're going to go to Planet Fitness, make sure you get your shower. You use that now. The trade-off is now he's spending $1,000 a month on food because he has to eat out every day. Or he can eat out of a bag in front of his closet inside of his house.
My biggest design regret for my van was not including a dedicated cooking setup. I can cook out of my van, but to a limited capacity.
What the?
There can be a lot of creative solutions to keeping food costs down. You can cook outside of your car using a portable stove.
Nope.
Ask a friend to use their kitchen to meal prep once a week. Personally, intermittent fasting is a great solution.
Hold on, wait. Let's just break down this last 20 seconds really quickly. Let me rewind it. Just the last 20.
I can cook out of my van, but to a limited capacity. There can be a lot of creative solutions to keeping food costs down.
We're going to start from here. We're going to take these 3 talking points that he just said. I have not watched this far into the video. This is new to me. Okay? Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Please don't ever let me go broke, Jesus. NBA. If I got to live like this, just put it to my head. Take me out tomorrow. At least I can get the life insurance and my family is going to be taken care of for the rest of my life. His living condition is spiking my anxiety too, big dog. Real talk. Let's break down these 3 talking points he's about to go through right here.
You can cook outside of your car using a portable stove.
Y'all okay with this? Are y'all okay with this? I'm just curious. Is this y'all king? Is this y'all American dream? Let's go to the second one he just said.
Ask a friend to use their kitchen to meal prep once a week.
Not going in your friend's house once a week to cook your food. Not going to your friend's house to meal prep. And where you going to keep it at? You ain't got no freezer. Craig, you don't need to borrow no sugar. You don't need, and don't ask to use their spices because you ain't got no black pepper with you. Where you keeping your black pepper at? This is point number 2.
Personally, intermittent fasting is a great solution. I eat 1 big meal a day, and that cuts my food costs roughly in half.
Oh no. Not having a intermittent fast, not forced fasting. Not fasting because I don't have no choice. Oh no. No, 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 no. Not intermittent fasting because I don't have a choice. Listen, if I'm a fast, let me fast. Let me do it because I'm doing it. Not because I only want to eat once a day because I ain't got no choice. No, this is no. No, no. Not like this. Not like this. Lord, not like this. Ooh. Ooh, wee. Let's continue.
There's also many studies about the health benefits of fasting. However you do it, managing the cost of food will
Don't you sit here talking to me about no health benefits of fasting because you ain't got no choice. Not getting healthy because you poor. Oh no, take it away from my taketh this cup away from my mouth, Jesus. Not intermittent, not getting healthy because I'm poor.
be a huge way of reducing your monthly expense. Now, the most important thing to keep in mind when thinking about food is to prioritize eating healthy over reducing cost. I know the premise of this whole video is about sleeping in your car to save money, but saving money isn't life's greatest purpose. Your health is more important. COVID revealed to many people the fact that they didn't have to physically be in a workplace to get work done. For some, working from home was as effective or even more so than working from the office. And even if you don't currently work remote, a growing portion of the job market is opening up options to partially work remote or completely remote. This means it is easier than ever to find an online job. Now, instead of working a remote job from home, why not take it a step further and work from a van? You could be on the road from a home. Why?
I'm feeling triggered. I'm feeling triggered. What if it's raining outside? What if it's really hot outside? I'm curious. I'm stressed, bro. Yo, you know how bad your back gonna start hurting if you sit like that for 8 hours a day, 7 days a week? Real talk. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is people's real life. This is people's real life. In real life, we have devolved in what it is that we're looking for, even just to survive, so much to where people are literally trying to figure out how they can successfully live outside of their car, their van. And if you're really lucky, you can get a bus. And it still take $100,000 to convert the bus. It take what used to be more than what it took you to buy a house to now convert a van or a bus to live in that you still have to buy gas for. God willing, please don't let somebody run into it. Think about that. Listen, this is using and highlighting inflation, recession, bad economic policy, the American dream, and being a nation that is now drowning in student loans and every other type of debt that we can ever think of. Real talk. This is real life for a lot of people. Homelessness crisis is out of control. People are literally talking about buying a high-end laptop so that they can work from their van. Their van. He's working with the door open. You used to be able to buy a house back when I was coming up. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $100,000. Now people are using that money to retrofit a van to live. This is the environment that we've created for ourselves, and nobody wants to take responsibility, even at the very least for the person that they voted for, which is a reflection of them. Aaron says, if you lose your job and have no family, this is like a likely scenario. That or the park, life is rough. I'm never going back to that life, ever. This is from a person that really lived it. Now he a part of the bag chasers. Link to the Patreon is in the description, as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Never going back to that life again. This is people's real life, y'all. This is not a game. Listen, searching how to live out of a van, I had to correct my daughter. I'm going to be absolutely honest, and we're going to get back to the video. Do y'all know I had to correct my daughter? My daughter, I remember when she was younger and she would say, this was actually like a couple years ago, and we were doing really, really well. And, you know, these videos are so popular that they pop up in the algorithm. And my daughter was like, "Oh, Dad, we could buy a van and live in it and travel the whole country." I said, "Les, you listen, I'm open to the possibility of everything, but that's not the move for us, Les. We not doing digital nomad van life. That's not cute. They don't have stable internet everywhere we go. No, Les." She was cracking up. Nowadays, she looked back. She was like, "I was so crazy when I was younger. I ain't never gonna live in no god dog van. That junk is cute. That's cute for children. We grown folks. Nah, Les. Listen, Dad ain't doing it. Nah, Les.
Why not take it a step further and work from a van?
No, sir.
You could be on the road traveling and recreating while still maintaining an income to support that unique lifestyle.
Look at
It
that.
has never been easier to be a digital nomad. Remote work is ideal for this type of lifestyle, but having a job where you commute to a workplace is still feasible with car camping. When you look for a non-remote job, you might want to consider looking in dense or affluent cities because the wages in those communities are typically higher.
So this is what he's saying. He's telling you that you're basically slaves now, okay? Let me give you the translation. Shout out to Aaron. He says, "I tried living in a Geo Metro or a Honda Accord. Nope. I don't have to go through it in order to learn a lesson." Shout out to you for being able to give us the insight. Think about this for a minute. He's saying that this is like living in Dubai, right? You can't afford to live in the place that you work at. And so in order for you to be able to solve for that, you can go van life. That way you don't have to commute an hour or hour and a half one way for you to be able to have a stable, high income job and be able to thrive. You don't have to live 2 hours or 3 hours a day driving back and forth in your car, because in order for you to be able to survive in these cities, remember the article that I showed y'all in the beginning of this live stream, it takes 1.7 million as a net worth in order to even feel comfortable, not wealthy, comfortable in San Francisco. 1.4 million in New York. Jesus Christ. Oh, I done messed it up.
Expense by eliminating rent cities because the wages in those communities are typically higher. For example, the minimum wage in San Francisco is always a few dollars more than the state average. So working in San Francisco would guarantee a higher wage than other parts of California. And because you're reducing your overall expense by eliminating rent, you get to benefit more from that wage increase and pocket more money. This is how you find a better paying job by living in a car. If you don't have a permanent address, what do you write on the address part of any tax form like an I-9 or W-4? The first thing you can try is putting a friend or family member's address that's fine with you doing so. If the address is obviously not within commuting distance from the workplace, you can ask your employer if it's okay to use an address of a house you don't reside in.
What? So now we address hacking because I don't actually have a real address anymore. I agree with you, beautiful disaster. This ain't the life for me. Listen, more power to you. If y'all out here living that type of life, God bless you. I'm going to continue to show the video just to show you exactly what the new American dream is. But this is not this right here. It's not for me. I'm from a different era. I'm from a different space. Me and Rita is in a different conversation. I got the equivalent of 150 pair of shoes that's unworn. I need somewhere to stock that stuff. I need somewhere to stock it. I got 3-4 different cars. My life is different. It's different. I need somewhere to store all of my watches without worrying about somebody driving off with them. And they didn't even have to take them out of the house and put them in the car. They could just jump in the car and take off with my crib. I can't live like this. I cannot live like this, ladies and gentlemen. I can't.
This is not a strange question, so don't worry about what your employer might think. But
listen, I need a place to be able to charge up my laptop safely and conveniently. I need a place to be able to take a shower when I want to, not when the hours of operation is open and I got to make sure that I wear shower shoes every single time I go in there in order to take a shower. I can't do that. I can't wait. Listen, I need a place to be able to have, the 5 layers inside of the mattress. Y'all ever seen when they cut the mattress open, there's multiple layers in there? I would like to be able to get up. Think about it, y'all. Listen. You have to make sure that you use the bathroom before you go to sleep at night because it ain't no bathroom around. You parking in a parking lot. You're parking in a parking lot. That's not a want. That is a need to be able to go to the restroom in the richest country in the world. I would like to go to the restroom at night if I don't want to have to not drink water before I go to bed at night. I want to be able to go to the restroom. Is it okay if I go to the restroom? Jesus Christ. Is that too much to ask? Y'all willing to live like this? Is this your life? This what you shooting for? I gotta reprogram my body to not use the restroom at night or hold it until Walmart open in the morning?
if your employer says no, there's another solution. The other option is to use a commercial mail receiving agency or a CMRA. These agencies function just like a post office box in that it's a service you pay a monthly fee to have your mail be receivable from a temporary address. The important difference between a CMRA and a PO box is that the address you are given by a CMRA has no clear indication that it's a temporary mailbox. It looks like a regular address that could be your home. This is unlike a PO box in that it has the letters PO next to the address. There is actually no restriction on using a PO box on an I-9 or W-4, but if you don't want questions asked from your employer and want a temporary, legitimate looking address, you should use a CMRA.
Basically, if you don't want to look like you homeless, then this is what you do. Shout out to my girl Janesta Coleman, says happy 4th and 4th of July and Anton Daniels and the family. Thank you, love. I appreciate you for supporting the platform. Thank you. I appreciate you. You're so awesome. Thanks to everybody and happy 4th of July to everybody. I'm showing you what the new American dream is. Let's continue. Look at all them people.
Dealing with extreme temperatures in the winters and summers can be the biggest challenge someone will face.
Y'all ain't want to talk about this one. You didn't want to talk about getting cold at night
while living in a car. In California, the weather is temperate year-round. That's why you'll find so many people doing van life here. The climate is especially mild along the California coast, where many homes within a mile or two from the beach don't even have air conditioning.
Jordan Smith says, Anton, this is everyday life over the road for truckers. No shower for days. No bathrooms if you're stuck at shippers overnight. That's bad. And I know a lot of those dudes. I coach a lot of those dudes. They trying to get up off the road. They're trying to get a regular life. I agree. I know, Jordan. I coach a lot of those dudes.
But that doesn't mean you won't deal with uncomfortable temperatures in California.
Look at that.
You'll still find nights where it's in the low 40s or days.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Did that mug just say the temperature was what? In the van? In the van?
Comfortable temperatures in California.
That's 40 degrees, fam, in the van.
You'll still find...
That's 40 degrees. This is what y'all want to do? It's 40 degrees in the van. 40 degrees in the van, bro. Right next to your clothes. I can't do it. Aaron says, imagine doing it in Chicago in the CT winters. No. I appreciate
nights where it's in the low 40s or days above 100 along the coast, which is a recent phenomenon. No matter where you live in your car, you'll have to face extreme temperatures, so knowing how to handle them is necessary.
Nope.
Now, my van is not equipped with an auxiliary air conditioner or heater. The only thing I have that helps manage the temperature in my van is my rooftop vent and fan. This fan will pull air through the side windows and through the top and can drop the temperatures in my van by 10 degrees in 5 minutes during a hot summer. The majority of my
He has no air conditioning and no heating. He went back there and he climbed on that cardboard and he turned on the fan that go up. I'm not living like this. I can't live like this. Come on, y'all. Come on. Something got to give. Y'all not going to keep telling me that this is reasonable. You're not. I have never seen no junk like this in my life. You're not going to tell me that this is reasonable. You're not going to sell me that this makes sense and that most people are living like this and this is the move. I'm not going for it, bro. I'm not going for it. I am not having this conversation talking about no shh. Come on, man. Come on, man. Something got to give, bro. Something got to give. I can't live like this.
My experience living on my van has been spent near the coast, so hot days come seldom. My biggest defense against the heat is basically something I do almost every day, which is not be in my van unless I'm sleeping. Most days out of the week, I'll be at work or, when I started doing YouTube full-time, at coffee shops all day long where it's air conditioned. So overall, the heat doesn't impact me that much. The cold, on the other hand, is more of a problem. In the winters, I've slept through some chilly nights.
We know. Finance Fix says, I blame the government who didn't regulate our... Yo. Look, there's no solution for the cold. He don't have no heat. Listen. He don't have no heat. He don't have no heat. Freaky Jason, he don't have no heat. There is no solution for the cold. There's no solution for the cold. He don't have... Let's hear him. Look, he telling you out of his own mouth. Let's hear what he got to say. I'm going to rewind it slightly.
Slept through some chilly nights, with the coldest night I've slept through being 38 degrees Fahrenheit.
No.
There have also been weeks where it's consistently in the low 40s. I can use a propane heater, but it's too much of a hassle to store, and I'd have to spend money on propane. So instead, I will layer up with warm clothing, wearing a base layer and a jacket, then sleep in a low temperature rated sleeping bag. But let me make this clear, I honestly don't mind sleeping in this cold. I don't ever dread cold mornings where I have to wake up and get ready in the cold. It's not pleasant, but it's tolerable. I know I deal with the cold better than the average person, so just layering up and sleeping in a warm sleeping bag might not be sufficient for you. So here are some tips on how you can keep your car at a comfortable temperature.
Brock says, I have one question. Why, Pastor Daniels? I strongly recommend you open a mega church and bring these people to the light. He tripping. Jesus Christ. He tripping. Bro, I don't even... I thought I wasn't going to be able to get 2 first-class seats because I thought they was fully sold out on my way down here because I got these seats so late. You know, as soon as we did our bag chasers and we decided that we settling on Tampa and we opening up a business here, and I realized I had to fly here in less than a week, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, they probably ain't even going to have no first-class seats. You think I'm about to go in there and sleep in 40 degrees? Dog, do y'all know how cold 40 degrees is? You can die sleeping in 40-degree temperatures. That man had a propane heater in his van. Boy, y'all out here. Y'all out here just living the life, huh? Y'all cool with being poor. I'm not. The best move is living out of the country and work remotely, expat life. That may be a move too. But I can't live like that. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not built for this.
Tip number 1, to keep your car warm, only invest in insulating your car if you have a heater. Insulation alone will do little to nothing to keep your car warm. You need a heater for insulation to actually have a purpose. Tip number 2, in the winter, park where the sun will hit your car early in the morning. This will help warm up your car in the morning as you're getting up. And in the summer, park in the shade of big buildings or trees for as much of the day as possible to keep your car cool.
Alright, so tip number 3 is to consider getting custom magnetic window covers for your side windows. Now, if you were to get them, I would recommend getting ones with a reflective backing. This one doesn't, so let's just pretend this black side is the reflective side. So in the summers, you would have the reflective side pointed outwards so it can reflect the sun's heat away. And in the winters, it would be facing inside so you can reflect the heat from, let's say, heater inside your vehicle back inside.
Nope.
Long-term car camping can be mentally exhausting because of the lack of a secure home base.
Did you hear what he said? Long-term in your car can be mentally exhausting. Not just physically, not just your back hurting, mentally exhausting. You're broken. Your spirit. You act poor, you think poor, you talk poor. It translates into how it is that you convey yourself to other people. You don't think that other people can see that you're a cheapskate and you're just trying to survive? We can. We don't give humans enough credit to be able to see the real and what people are really like. People have this innate ability to sense what the piss is going on once you start talking to them. And they can tell, yo, he ain't got no iron at home, or he just don't care about what he look like, or he takes showers at the gym and get dressed in his car. Jesus Christ. That doesn't work when it's below zero. Talk to him, Aaron. Talk to him, Aaron.
But having a routine centered around spaces outside of your vehicle will provide the stability that will make this lifestyle sustainable. Here are some tips on how to do that. Take advantage of public spaces like libraries, parks, coffee shops, and gyms. Build a weekly routine by doing something.
I don't know if I can do this anymore.
By yourself in these spaces. For example, you can read a book in a coffee shop or library every Sunday morning, or talk to a friend over the phone while walking through a park after work. You can also journal on a notebook, exercise, listen to music or a podcast. Build a list of things you like doing in public, and these activities will help anchor you in this new lifestyle.
Nope.
When you live out of a car, you're stripped of the basic amenities that a home has. Running water, electricity, internet. But living within the bounds of a city means that you have access to all those amenities. Public restrooms, hot showers at a gym, free Wi-Fi and electrical outlets at a local library. The issue is that they're not convenient to access.
You know, I hate when I see stuff like this right here. Let me show this. Y'all first of all, it's supposed, okay? It's not posed, it's supposed. I'm judging your language right now. Y'all posed to be Christians, but y'all judging this man hard, shaking my head. I am. I'm not judging who he is. I'm judging his talking points, and that I'm using this to emphasize and bring out the idea that the American dream is dead as we knew it yesteryear. Come on, bring your mind in. This is what they used to tell us in church. Get your mind on Jesus. Stop living in the victim Olympics. Nobody care. Listen, if you want to go over there and live this poor man lifestyle, you are more than welcome to do so. Okay. That's not what we do here. We're highlighting how people are living so that we can learn from it and realize and set standards on how it is that we can level up. Listen, we bag chasers over here. Shout out to my Patreon members. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top. We not trying to live this lifestyle. Fuck this. I don't care what you say. Y'all supposed to be Christians. I don't know what you are, and I don't really care what you are. I'm not living like this. We good. No, I don't need no housekeeping today. He heard me teach. He gonna be parked outside of the Bag Chasers Beam. We got to come up with some names too of the new ones, y'all. We not living like this, bro. I don't care what y'all say.
This is obviously the greatest downside to living in a car, but this drawback brings new opportunities.
Look at E. E is the biggest victim Olympian I've ever heard in my life. Christian churches are close to the people. They don't help anyone. You don't even fucking believe in God. What you talking about? Yo, listen, I'm not having it. I'm not having none of that. I'm not having any of it from you, from these people that don't even believe in God. Don't you fucking come over here talking that shit to me. I'm not the one. I'm a dark angel. I'm not the turn the other cheek type of Christian. I'm gonna drag you out by your ankles and stuff you inside of the locker upside down Christian. That's what I am. And Eric is right. The problem with people today is that too many Christians are letting people say what the fuck they want to say and get along with it. No, we not having that. You don't even fucking believe in God. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Get out of here with that. We don't want to hear that. Talking that nonsense to us. Then gave you more life advice and more game. You sit up in here every fucking day and get every gem that I got to give you, and you still out here fucking running in the Victim Olympics. We don't want to hear that shit. Get off your fucking ass and do something. Stop complaining about what ain't nobody doing for you. You a grown man. Grown men ain't supposed to worry about what other people are doing for them. That's for women and children, unless you designate and identify as a woman. You know, you can do that nowadays. I just did a live stream on the other channel last night about Jordan Peterson having that conversation. Unless you want to identify as a woman and a child, this ain't the place where you can run in the Victim Olympics, my friend. Stop that victim shit, bro. Gosh. Shout out to Ray Lewis. Anton focused on the temperature degrees like a juvenile record, 400 degrees. Straight up. Get to fucking work and stop begging other people. The Christian church ain't helping people. You don't even believe in God. You supposed to be chasing the devil. You're not supposed to be chasing God's people. Why you worried about what Christian folks is doing when you so far up the devil's ass that, boy, don't get me started. Don't get me started, bro. Made me forget my spot.
Something by yourself in these spaces. For example, you can read a book in a coffee shop. Living within the bounds of a city means that you have access to all those amenities. Public restrooms, hot showers at a gym, free Wi-Fi and electrical outlets at a local library. The issue is that they're not convenient to access. This is obviously the greatest downside to living in a car, but this drawback brings new opportunities with it. I have to go to the gym every day in order to get a shower, but I might as well work out beforehand because I'm already here.
Fuck that. Bro, you can take that advice and you can suck a fat one with it. I'm not having to go there every day just so I can take a fucking shower and then I'm going to justify it by saying that, man, get out of here with that, bro. Man, I live in the United States of America. I work my ass off. I'm not having to take no shower in no fucking gym. I'm going to take it I'm going to pick one of the showers that I have inside of the crib that I have. I'm going to decide whether or not I want to take a shower or a bath, and I'm not going to have to wear shower shoes to do so. You can get out of here with that, bro. And listen, I rock with him. I think that his channel was dope. I think that the video is very, but again, where's our standards? We're not shooting for nothing higher. All we doing is subjecting ourselves to how other people are doing things in order to justify our survival instead of looking to thrive. Clearly, you're not a bag chaser. 80 Truth. You can get a brand new townhouse in Mexico for under $800 a month, furniture and utilities included. Black people, our money go further, save money, and move. That's an option. That's an option. See, I'm the type of person to look at videos like this, look at everybody looking at videos, look at y'all running in the Victim Olympics, and then I'm going to go ahead and start a van retrofitting business. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just go ahead and start retrofitting the vans so that, listen, you broke, so you get this type of van. This is how much it costs. You a little less broke than him. You in survival mode. So listen, we going to give you some air conditioning. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to capitalize off of you running in the Victim Olympics. That's what I'm going to do. How about that? Bag chasers. We're not over here living in survival mode. We live in abundance.
I have to go to the coffee shop every day to charge my phone and laptop, but I can interact with friendly people each time I'm there.
He got to go to the coffee shop just to charge his laptop and his cell phone. And he better make sure he don't have too many programs open or it's going to drain the battery faster. I'm not living like that. Ain't nobody living like that. Aaron says we got to keep it real. No one really cares about a man's problems. They may help from time to time on a limited basis, but ultimately you're on your own. Man up and get to it or suffer. No excuses. Facts. Ain't nobody coming to save you. But the church ain't. No, we ain't. If it was up to me, then the church would cut out all of the feed the homeless programs. Because we tired of your ass coming up in there begging and then talking about us behind our back after we give you some food. Juana Washington says, I lived in my truck since last September to save money while I built my business. I'm in an apartment now. No victim over here. I'm a warrior. Even the women are stronger. Even the women is stronger than some of these dudes running in the Victim Olympics. They did what they had to do so they can do what they want to do. And we got grown men over here begging. Begging. Ain't even willing to invest in themselves, but they begging with their hands out. Man, get out of here. Get out of my face with that crap.
But none of these opportunities were granted to me. I can walk into a gym to only shower and never touch a treadmill or weight. I can walk into a coffee shop and the only words I say to someone there is my coffee order. The actions I take will impact what will and will not happen in my life.
I can't lie, this video is
Back in 2018, after finishing my van conversion, my first and only
just the very thought of having to live in my car is giving me anxiety. Real talk. Shout out to Window P. I appreciate you for supporting and rocking out with the platform, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you, Window.
plan was to drive to Santa Cruz, California. It was a city I had fallen in love with during my college years, and I was eager to move back. I didn't have a plan for what I would do there. I was just going to see what it would be like just to be there again. When I realized I wanted to stay for a while, I went and found my first job while living in my van at a local photo print shop. I was slowly getting used to living in a van, and I was building a routine. After work, I would go to the same coffee shop that stayed open late. I had friends that worked at this coffee shop, so I would see them whenever they were on shift. And eventually, I knew the names of all the baristas and had friendly interactions with them every time I saw them. I had a group of people that knew my situation, and some offered me a place to park my van and even a room if I ever needed it. Seeing these people every day and knowing that they cared about me was profound.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Shout out to Aaron. Shout out to listen. I can't do it no more. My anxiety is getting the best of me. It's breaking me. It's breaking my heart. Listen, I don't ever. Let me say this. And this probably could more accurately give you an idea of who I am for those of you that are new to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. And then turn on your bell for notifications. Let me tell you who I am. I can appreciate the information and the fact that he is doing his thing and he's putting out great content. Again, because I'm going to put a link to his channel inside of the description of this video after this is over. I can appreciate that he's doing great things and he's working his butt off. I'm not the type of person that wants somebody to offer me to get a spot in their driveway. I'm not the person that wants to be taken care of. I'm the person that takes care of other people. I'm not the person that lives in survival mode. I'm a person that's always paying attention to abundance. I'm not the person that's always focusing on what somebody can give to me. I'm trying to figure out how I can add value into other people's life. I'm not the person that's ever going to complain about modern women. I'm the person that's going to make sure that I live my life in the way that I would want my daughter to marry a man and then give you the blueprint on how it is that you can do it too. I'm a trailblazer. I'm not the person that travels the path that's often traveled. I'm the person that creates a path for other people to get there faster. I move differently. I got a different type of mentality. I'm a different type of man. I'm built different. I'm not the person that's going to complain about what somebody is doing to me. I'm going to make adjustments and create a platform for everybody to be able to have a voice, such as Fight Club. When I see a problem, I identify the solution first. I root out the root cause of it instead of looking for acknowledgement for other people. I'm not looking to be validated. I'm looking to take over the world and then make it better as a result of me being a reflection of the thing that I'm advocating you be. But I have to do it first. I have to be the example. I have to be the person that always trailblaze. And I'm listen, I understand that there's people that's always going to be needing help. There's poor people. I have done the volunteer work. The stories that come from me come from my real life, and that when I tell you what the face of homelessness is because I actually volunteered. I would spend my Thanksgivings, I would spend my Christmases, I would spend my summer volunteering because I felt so fortunate and I wanted to get the experience to understand what people are really going through. The reason why I travel city to city to meet people where they are is because I understand that it's not possible all the time for people to just really, really connect and understand the type of person that I am unless you meet me in person. So I meet my bag chasers in person. That's the type of person that I am. I'm built different. So if you're looking for somebody to validate your excuses as to why you're not getting to the bag, why you're not the man you're supposed to be, why you need to grow up, all of this other type of stuff, I'm not for you. That's not me. I'm not the one that's just going to continuously give you fish. I am going to teach you how to fish, and then I may give you a fish along the way to help you to understand how good we eating. So we're trying to get the salmon over here, all right? That's just real. It's just real. That's how I move. So again, if you're looking to somebody that make you feel good about yourself, if you're looking for somebody that's going to help you to get to the point to where you need to be by first looking in the mirror, taking ownership and responsibility for who you are, and then making adjustments so that you can then help somebody else, because we need to leave this earth in a better space had we been here, not just been a leech, I'm your guy. Link to the Patreon is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I'm here in Tampa now because I'm checking out a building based off of the fact that I'm building a business with my bag chasers, taking them through the process, because you can't learn the things that I teach you in school. It's some real life application that's going to have to be taken into account when you're trying to figure out how you need to live your life. You need to have the experiences, and that's what I take my people through. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Otherwise, sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, and watch everybody else get rich. And then in hindsight, say, I should have did it too. Because at some point, you're going to say, I should have did it too. If you need to get in touch with me, go to my website, antondaniels.com. You can email me there, or you can send me an email at antondaniels413@gmail.com. And you can get it popping. Shout out to Christopher J. He says, we are not judging the person. Understand? Man, you can't explain yourself to these people. Sometimes you just got to let the chips fall where they may. The people that's going to get it, they going to get it. Shout out to Fisher Turned Hunter says, shout out to you, Anton. I have to get up with you. Shalom and blessings, fam. Blessings to you too, my friend. Happy 4th of July. Wendell P says, folks need to stop worried about other people's problems and get your money. The broke mindset syndrome is real. Just join your Patreon and ready for this growth, bro. Shout out to Wendell P. I rock with you. Thank you for supporting the platform. Aaron says, are you reviewing the Extreme? Oh, Jesus. Aaron is trying to stress me out. I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to do the Extreme Cheesecakes video. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for rocking out with me. 4th of July tonight, Q&A, Anton and Q, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Mountain. We getting it in. We getting it in. All right. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I am about to head out. Me and Rita, we are about to go and have some fun on 4th of July before Q&A tonight. And then my bag chasers, I dropped a video today showing you the actual building that we're going to be acquiring for our business. And then I'm going to give y'all some more information as we continue to go along. If you are just now joining the bag chasers, start from the beginning. And if you want to, you can jump around, but jump from the beginning of whatever series that we're talking about, right? So if you're doing a mastermind session, start from the first mastermind session and work your way through them. If you're doing a build a business series that we got in the Patreon, start from 1, work your way up through 7. We got 7 live streams and videos that goes along with the build your business. It's giving you the blueprint step by step on what it takes in order to build a brick and mortar business. Make sure that you go through and you work diligently through the videos because there's too much game and information for you. If you go through the budget video, take notes. If you're going through the interview videos on how it is that you need to move through corporate America, take notes, right? It's too much game. If you're going through the real estate videos, even if you want to start at where I show you my W-2s and my income and stuff like that, in order for me to be able to validate how you need to be getting bags, go through and watch the video so that you can lean into the lessons and that you can truly grow and become the person that you want to be. It's so much information and it's so much content. It's no reason why you should be out here broke. All right. I love you. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking out with me on the Millionaire Morning Show. We do it every morning, 11:30 Eastern PM. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, and then hit the bell on your way out the door. I love you, family. Peace. Don't be broke out here.